On February 19, 2020, Brooklyn-born rapper Pop Smoke was fatally shot inside a rented Los Angeles home during a robbery that spiraled out of control. In this episode, we're breaking down the events that led up to his death and explaining how everything unfolded. Toward the end of the 2010s, hip-hop saw a new generation of stars rise at lightning speed. Artists like XXXTentacion, Juice WRLD, and Pop Smoke became global names almost overnight. Sadly, their success stories were brief. XXXTentacion was killed during a robbery in 2018. Juice WRLD passed away from a drug overdose in 2019. And in 2020, Pop Smoke lost his life after becoming a target because of his sudden fame and visible wealth. Now, let's zero in on Pop Smoke's story, because what happened is almost unbelievable. First, a quick timeline. On February 7th, 2020, Pop Smoke released his second mixtape, Meet the Woo 2. The project was a major hit, earning strong reviews and pushing his career to new heights. With success came money, attention, and momentum. Just over a week later, on February 18th, Pop Smoke traveled to Los Angeles with his close friend Mike D. The plan was simple: celebrate the album's success, shop, record music, and enjoy the LA nightlife. Typical activities for an artist on the rise. Social media documented nearly every move. Pop and Mike shared clips and photos of their time in Los Angeles. Luxury cars, designer outfits, stacks of cash, expensive jewelry, and their rented home in the Beverly Hills area. It looked glamorous, but those posts unknowingly set the stage for tragedy. What went wrong? In a couple of those posts, a critical detail was accidentally revealed: the address of the house they were staying in. At first glance, it seemed harmless. Fans now knew where their favorite rapper was living, but fans weren't the real danger. The real threat came from people who weren't interested in the music at all, only the money and jewelry being displayed online. Suddenly, Pop Smoke's location was public knowledge. Late that night, just after midnight on February 19th, Pop Smoke and Mike D were at a recording studio on Sunset Boulevard, about 20 minutes away from a house. At the same time, a black BMW slowly drove down Hercules Drive. One person stepped out, approached the house briefly, then returned to the car. The vehicle pulled away moments later. This wasn't random, it was surveillance. The group was checking the layout, looking for entry points, and planning their move. And just hours later, they came back. Around 4 a.m., Pop Smoke, Mike D, and a woman named Amelia Rose returned to the house. Shortly after, another car arrived. This time, 4 individuals got out and headed straight inside. They knew exactly where Pop Smoke was. Upstairs, Amelia was already in bed. Pop Smoke was in the bathroom. Before he could react, Amelia was threatened with a gun and ordered to stay silent. The intruders then confronted Pop Smoke, likely demanding valuables. But the situation escalated quickly. Pop resisted. A struggle followed. Screaming filled the house. Then a gunshot rang out. Wounded but still alive, Pop Smoke tried to escape, running down the stairs. As he fled, 2 more shots were fired into his back. Then silence. The attackers, shaken by what had happened, grabbed Pop Smoke's Rolex and a few pieces of jewelry before fleeing. The robbery yielded far less than they expected. Emergency responders rushed Pop Smoke to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. He was only 20 years old. In a tragic coincidence, the same hospital was where another Brooklyn legend, the Notorious B.I.G., was declared dead after being shot in Los Angeles back in 1997. Not long after the killing, LAPD arrested everyone involved. The suspects were teenagers, the oldest just 19, the youngest only 15. They had seen the address online and believed they were walking into an easy score. Instead, they ended a life. Pop Smoke joined a heartbreaking list of hip-hop artists who died before reaching 25, alongside Tupac Shakur, Biggie Smalls, XXXTentacion, and Juice WRLD. This was Pop Smoke's story. This is how it happened. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like the video and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one.